Hey everybody. Before I start, don't worry, I am not driving. I'm stationary. I'm about to drive, so we'll make it a quick one. But I just wanted to do an extra study to throw in for the Sons and Daughters of Encouragement Daily Bible Study. My name is Eli, for those of you who don't know me, and we bring this Bible study as often as I can. I try to do it every day, but at least 3, 4, or 5 times a week. So today's study, we're going to break from the verse-by-verse study in Genesis, but we are going to stay in Genesis because there's something exciting that I was thinking about the past couple days. I was thinking about the Garden of Eden, and I was thinking about the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and when Satan deceived Eve. And what I was thinking about was, why was it eating? That was the original sin. Why was that the only command? Was not to eat something. It could have been any number of things. Don't harm each other physically. Don't get angry. Don't yell. Don't do any number of things. Don't have sex. I mean, it could have been any number of things, but it was don't eat, and it was don't eat from the one tree. God said you may freely eat from all the trees of the garden except for that one, because on the day you eat it, you'll surely die. My proposition to you, or my perspective is, it was a test. From the beginning, it was a test, because eating something that I know of hasn't really had the ability to raise awareness to that type of level, because when they ate the fruit, the Bible says they did become like God, knowing the difference between good and evil. I'm not sure of any food that would bring that type of consciousness. Now, granted, God is God. He's the creator of everything. I mean, he could do anything he pleased, and that might be the only thing, and there's nothing to read into. But I would propose this. The fruit, although it could certainly bring the smells, bring memories, right? Like when you eat something, it can invoke emotions. It's definitely not just physical when we eat. It is connected with our emotions, our mind. But I don't know so much about our spiritual maturity or our spiritual knowledge. And what happened that day is that Satan deceived Eve, tested Eve to say, you will be like God, knowing the difference between good and evil. But I would say this, is it the act of eating the fruit, and because of eating the fruit gave us the knowledge of good and evil? I don't think so. I think by the act of eating the fruit, we now knew the difference between good and evil because we committed evil. I don't believe necessarily, and again, this is extra biblical, that this is just a perspective. This is not a Bible study necessarily. This is just a thought, right? It's just an interesting way to see it, in that by doing the evil act as a result of Satan tricking us, really, but we did it, now we know the difference between good and evil. The fruit was almost a placebo. It didn't matter what fruit was on the tree. God named it that tree because that's where we fell into that knowledge of good and evil, the difference between. I gotta run, but we're gonna finish this later. All right, take care.